a lot of people, individuals on the show subsequently till 10 o'clock a.m. Sports updates also be coming in. I'm doing the show. You'll have Eva Beautiful.
Anastasia Badu. I want to say a big good morning to you. And don't forget, A.M. Ghana Show is proudly sponsored by Borges Olive Oil, the best always. Migo Purified Drinking Water, your preferred way of staying hydrated. Blue City Tires and Accessories, Yaxin Herbal Mixture, and Asatec for all our news items.
Right. So that is it. Today we'll be giving you some updates from yesterday's information or meet the press series from the Information Ministry. It's been confirmed that even those who sell water, if you sell water, provided water is from Ghana Water Company, you are not to sell water to any individual. We'll be going to the streets of Accra and its environment to find out from some of the communities out there if today they went out there to buy water or purchase water. Because at the end of the day, ending April, we shouldn't have anyone in Accra, we shouldn't have anyone in Ghana paying water bill. The General Ministry is saying that if you think you have any problem, call 0800 800 800 concerning food. If there's shortage of food anywhere, just call them on 0800 800 800. We'll try these numbers and see if they are positive or they are working. But before that, let's go to our newspaper headlines.
All right, and starting with the Daily Graphic, and on page 3, doctors paused for action, vow to sacrifice lives in COVID-19 fight. The president of the Ghana Medical Association, Dr. Frank Ankobia, has given an assurance that its members are prepared to go the extra mile to fight the coronavirus disease and save the country, even at their peril. It is very encouraging when the president of the nation recognizes the work you are doing, and I must tell you that we have resolved that we will carry on this fight no matter what it takes. We know that some of us may be taken away by COVID-19, but that is not what will let us down. We will continue to mobilize all the health workers and fight to end this COVID-19, he assured. Dr. Ankobia gave the assurance when the leadership of, and this continues on page 3. On page 11 it says, public defy lockdown directive in Accra, Kumasi. Some drivers being instructed by police to return home at the Tesano Junction in Accra. And also on the same page, no exemptions from free water policy. And at the back page of the Daily Graphic, MTN supports government with 5 million Ghana cedis to fight COVID-19. And customs officials intercept smuggled goods in Nantong. And you can grab a copy of the Daily Graphic and then you read further into it and some more stories as well. All
right, let's move to most of the things in the Ghanaian Times. We have minority decries termination clause in Unipass contract. The story is on page 20 of the newspaper. Elsewhere on page 13, we have government rules out tax relief allowance for health workers. Still on COVID-19. NLA introduced short code for mobile games. The story is on page 14. The big one here is we'll come out with better health system. It's coming from the president whilst he met the Ghana Medical Association yesterday at the Jubilee House. The president subsequently sent a goodwill message on social media, so that to be precise, to the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who is in a critical condition as a result of COVID-19, and also to the good people of Great Britain. The story is on page 13 of the Ghanaian Times. At the back page of the Ghanaian Times, we have 4 companies support Rebecca Foundation Relief Challenge. Elsewhere, fire got Abibulenshi Timber Market. It happened at the wee hours this dawn around 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Fire issues over there was something else, and one individual, his name by Mr. Abdullah Mumuni, who happens to be a trader, says that ever since he went to the place since 1970, he's never seen such a thing before, and he has his shop worth 6,000 Ghana cedis being burnt to ashes. Mr. Mumu said with the partial lockdown in Accra, he was contemplating how to feed his 2 wives and 6 children. He therefore called on government to support them victims with shelter and food. Another victim, Monica Marty, who sells iced water with a freezer, and 2,000 Ghana cedis has been burnt to ashes, and appealed for a small loan to put a business back in good shape. You know, it's good that governments are coming with some soft loans too, so definitely I'm sure when we are all done with this COVID-19 thing, we cannot go back and then assume. But it is an unfortunate situation, and then we share with you in this difficult and then unexpected accident, that is burning of shops at Timber Market in Abubuloshi here in Accra within the Odududu constituency. Actually, you could take the streets to be precise.
Well, it's a sad one, but moving to the new crusading guide, and on the front page with consideration on pages 3 and 10, COVID-19 fight, stand up for Ghanaians, President Kufuor to health workers. Elsewhere, minority goes wild over investors breaching due process for government contract. And also tackling COVID-19 again, NLA activates operations of official short code *890#. NLA official short code, and you can play your 590 and VAG Lotto games from Monday, Saturday, and it continues. And then somewhere else it says surveyors develop software for COVID-19 detection and tracing. Elsewhere, ADB donates 200k to COVID-19 Trust Fund. On page 10, court throws away Ochehene over the stillment of Ochim Himang chief. And at the back page of the new crusading guide with Sports Crusade, Otia Kenting destroyed Ghana football. Polo says Otia Kenting destroyed Ghana football. House of Folk set to re-sign Nur Sule. Great Olympics sack 4 players, and this was in our news bulletin yesterday in the evening. And also you can visit www.adwannews online to read further into that story. Also, Hearts of Folk signed Nigerian striker Danjuma Ademola Kuti. And don't hate me because I left. Emotional Abdul Fattah to Asante Kotoko fans. And that's sums it for the new crusading guide.
Interesting times here. Let's move to the Business and Financial Times, Africa's leading provider of business information. On oil and gas, we have COVID-19's impact on FDI. What could be done in the oil sector? The story is on page 7. Also on banking, APSA offers COVID-19 support to customers. The story is on page 18. And on maritime, we have $93 million termination clause in Unipar's deal strange. The minority members in parliament have described government's commitment to pay a 93 million in case of termination of Ghana Link and Unipar's contract, whose total value over the 10-year period is 14 million, as strange and worrying. They questioned why government will go ahead to sign such a contract without recourse to due process and with a company that has no tried and tested single window system. They give us some history on where this whole thing is coming from. By the end of the day, Parliament is to reconvene back today to see how they can expedite the vetting of Honorable Bernard Oko Boy Doctor as Deputy Minister for Health. They are going to go through with his vetting processes. So let's see how the whole twist turns out in Parliament today, as Mary and Frank are on their way to Parliament this morning. And on industry, we have firms producing essentials should be helped extensively, and it is coming from the AGI. Firms producing essentials should be helped extensively. The big one here is economy of Ghana to grow slowest in 37 years. All should tighten their belt. This is what COVID-19 has played us with, that if we don't take care, our economy is going to grow at a slowest rate in the last 37 years. Hard times we see ahead of us, even should COVID-19 surpass today or tomorrow. The story is on page 3. And on banking, ADB donates 200,000 to COVID-19 Trust Fund. And at the back page of the Business and Financial Times, we have BOG provides 25 million Ghana cedis to feed 400,000 needy. BOG provides 25 million to feed 400,000 needy. The Bank of Ghana has made available 25 million to support government efforts to cater for 400,000 vulnerable people who are struggling to feed themselves and their families during the 14 days partial lockdown of Greater Accra, Greater Kumasi. The move, which is 25 million to support the exercise to provide food for the vulnerable and the homeless at this point in time, the minister said at the briefing. The distribution of the food is being coordinated by the Office of the Vice President and executed by the Ministries of Gender, Children and Social Protection and Local Government and Rural Development and the National Disaster Management Organization (NADMO), as well as the National Security and Metropolitan Municipal Assemblies in the communities experiencing the lockdown. They also give down the modalities of distributing the food among others. Like I stated earlier, if you are in the community and people do not have food, call the toll-free number. It is 0800 800 800. 0800 800 800, and then food will come to you. That's all for the Business and Financial Times. Grab a copy and read further into the stories.
I think that's something for the newspaper headlines.
All right, so we're going to take a quick breather. When we come back, we have more for you on the A.M Ghana Live On. Do stay tuned.
Ago, good people of Ghana. Here are some safety measures on prevention of coronavirus. 1. Cover your mouth with tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of tissue into a bin immediately you cough into it, and wash your hands with soap and the running water. Avoid shaking hands and use sanitizers as often as you can. Signs and symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, sneezing, and difficulty in breathing. Should you experience any of these, or for more inquiries, please contact 0558 439 868. That's 0558 439 868, or call 0509 497 700. That's 0509 497 700.
Remember to always wash your hands with soap and the running water.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Borges Extra Virgin Olive Oil, best for salad dressing. A little of Borges Classic Olive Oil will make delicious meals. Borges with garlic, excellent for your girls. Make your meals healthy with Borges.
I maintain a healthy life with Borges Olive Oil.
Borges Olive Oil, the very best always.
Numun supa na wanya pomuden. Se wo ba numun su a, hwe hu ni se eye Migo purified mineral water. Eye nsu a yetu ni baby pa. Asaso ni su se kroje. Se wonya Migo purified mineral water bogu ubu a, wo see you manumun supa. Migo mineral water de edanso. Esan se the modern technology so na ye. Ede na nkabia ni atri. Migo purified mineral water. Bacteria na mhenu aberem. Eye very hygienic. Obiye di wadanse. Migo mineral water neatly packaged for 500 ml bottles mu. Na wani bosua na ukon donsio. Wobanya Migo purified mineral water to baby a. To phone call Dodowa Amount Frotipa Junction. Ana fre 050 7055 409 ana 055 392 1088. Migo purified mineral water. Akona kono.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African print and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
And that's why you answer. Now, that same mixture, more in the soup.
Ya bre malaria ni ewuji bibribi. Ah, hey, Jackson mix and near. Ocean wanu watwa. Nam yomre. Wapasu chichiwana. Jackson mixture. Jackson mixture. Jackson mixture. So and Vanya grow. Yo ya. Wanu munyode. Award to ana. Vanya grow. No. Jackson mixture.
Hey, malaria and quadia. No Jackson mixture. Now bet yes, king.
They won't any more about a fur. About my buffalo. A buffalo won't infuse and no murdering. Jackson have a mister only size.
John, who fini you? Wow, Eddie, what boy juma. I check a roofing now. Oh, you fell one cassa from Asatek. Oh, now Simon roofing is up baby bray nice keke. Why the catcher? Asatek roofing sheet dear, and your nice keke with the bodan swa a chee and renache. They want a calisa who do for fair be bray. No free roofing sheet no dear. Who hear that will be out. Now so the bodan swa a zero supampe. What means which wrong send your open roofing sheet no? You try the salmon pepe. Mama poor Asatek when you there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers so aware your on-site installation. Oh yes, quality and da feminine. Asatek 5 days pay na unsa kan order na a year after sales service proper bin so. Hwehwe Asatek Watema Community 2 Meridian Road Ebenkoko Board Warehouse Western Region so Asatek Wotakrade Anaji yene Princeland Hotel and di hwene mu and Volta Region yawo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
Join me, Samuel Kusi, up here every Monday at 8 p.m. on Adoatv as I bring you good things from the world of sports.
One peswa honomono, eho etisenye. Brodon so ho awoten, ehon so etisenye. On my Mulanga Sawoteno, or Honso Etisen Eni, in Sembidiko, in Sembi Editi, Timemo for Etipento Quattro Santana Cotua Bawo, she no more quine say, I can defer obey you one a bit to me abua, among mine etum etumpon, and so I can defer Ebeji Jano et Nasua, na just a Sebio swans Timem Fortua Wutriano, what the Wasawan stream. In Sembidiko, in Sembi Editi, way into the Hube here, some Miming de Biada, what Brabon on Crown, and what would don't to say, Kane, winning me ebedi eshia ewo Adoatv kasa fidie so wo bra ye to nsa afra manyofo a wo dem anyosemo akoten wona bia hye wonim di ankasa etwetwe nkomo wo bra ye to nsa afra mu ma hye bedwemni no mesini kracho wo honom e betutu na no na achesen sema edika editie no ya toto ho sere ene abasa ewo kasa fidie eso me a metini dwemu edigimedi ho chiame edi amede so ene political baby face.
And that's what you're saying. The Jackson mixture more in the soup.
Ya bre malaria ni ewuji bibribi. Ah, hey, Jackson mix and near. Ocean wanu watwa. Nam yomre. Wapasu chichiwana. Jackson mixture. Jackson mixture. Jackson mixture. So and Vanya grow. Yo ya. Wanu munyode. Award to ana. Vanya grow. No. Jackson mixture.
Hey, malaria and quadia. No Jackson mixture. Now bet yes, king.
They won't any more about a fur. About my buffalo. A buffalo won't infuse and no murdering. Jackson Herbal Mixture only size.
Numun supan na wanya pomuden. Se wo ba numun so a, hwe hu ni se eye mega purified mineral water. Eye nso a yetu ni baby pa. Asaso ni so se kroje. Se wonya mega purified mineral water bogu ubu a, wo see you manumun supa. Mega mineral water de edanso. Esan say the modern technology so na ye. Ede na nkabia ni atri. Mega purified mineral water. Bacteria na mhen wa berem. Eye very hygienic. Obia di wadanse. Mega mineral water neatly packaged for 500 ml bottles mu. Na wani bosua na wokon donsio. Wo benya mega purified mineral water to bebia. To phone call dodo wa amount for Tipa Junction. Ana fre 050-7055-409 ana 055-392-1088. Mega purified mineral water. Akona kono.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Borges extra virgin olive oil, best for salad dressing. A little of Borges classic olive oil will make delicious meals. Borges with garlic, excellent for your girls. Make your meals healthy with Borges.
I maintain a healthy life with Borges olive oil.
Borges olive oil, the very best always.
John, who fini
Go, good people of Ghana. Here are some safety measures on prevention of coronavirus. 1. Cover your mouth with tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of tissue into a bin immediately you cough into it and wash your hands with soap and the running water. Avoid shaking hands and use sanitizers as often as you can. Signs and symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, sneezing, and difficulty in breathing. Should you experience any of these, or for more inquiries, please contact 0558 439 868. That's 0558 439 868. Or call 0509 497 700. That's 0509 497 700.
Remember to always wash your hands with soap and the running water.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Numun supan na wanya pomuden. Se wo ba numun so a, hwe hu ni se eye mega purified mineral water. Eye nso a yetu ni baby pa. Asaso ni so se kroje. Se wonya mega purified mineral water bogu ubu a, wo see you manumun supa. Mega mineral water de edanso. Esan say the modern technology so na ye. Ede na nkabi obia ni atri Mego purified mineral water bacteria nam hen wa berem very hygienic obia di one dance here Mego mineral water neatly packaged for 500 ml bottles mu na wani bosua na okon donsio wobanya Mego purified mineral water to bebia to phone call dodo wa amount 40 per junction and now for 050 7055 409 and now 055 392 1088 Mego purified mineral water akona kono.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Borges extra virgin olive oil, best for salad dressing. A little of Borges classic olive oil will make delicious meals. Borges with garlic, excellent for your girls. Make your meals healthy with Borges.
I maintain a healthy life with Borges olive oil.
Borges olive oil, the very best always.
John, ufi ni wow, ebe yefe, edi wabwejuma. I check ufi na, oye fe wankasa from Asatek. Oh, na Simon, roofing sheets are baby nice keke. Why ne kachero? Asatek roofing sheet die, enye nice keke o. With the bodan swa cheye, and renache. Ne won kalisa hudo fe bebre. No mu free roofing sheet no die. Who nya that we bia o. Na so the bodan swa, ejire supampe. Utumi so chiro mo send your roofing sheet no. You try the sama pepe. Mama po Asatek money there. One ma technical advice na estimate free. Our professional installers nso a your on-site installation. Ne bo so kra da fom pa. Oh yes, quality ne bo da feminine. Asatek 5 days pay na musa kan order. Na we year after sales service proper binso. Hwehwe Asatek Watema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region. So Asatek Wotakrade Anaji, Yene Princeland Hotel and the Shinimu, and a Volta Region yawo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
Join me, Samuel Kusi Apia, every Monday at 8 p.m. on Adoatv as I bring you good things from the world of sports.
One peswa ho no mono eho etisenye brodon so ho awoten eho so etisenye omemuna nkasa woten no eho so etisen eni insem bidiko insem bi editie timemufo etipentokwato santene koto aba wo hwe ne mo kwan se aka kendifo obeyi won ebetumi aboa amomman no etumi etumpon eso akendifo ebegidwa no etena so a na chese sebia so timemufo to a wotua no wode wasa wonsrem insem bidiko insem bi editie we intine ho behia se memem de biada wobrabo nonkron ewo wudon no so sei ken woni me ebedi ehia ewo Adoatv kasafidie so wobra ye to nsa afra manyofo a wode manyosemo akoten wona biahye wonim di ankasa etwetwe nkomo wabra yeto nsa afem umra shebe dwemni no mesini cracture wo honom ebetutu na no na achesen sema edika editie no ya toto ho sere ene abasa e wo kasefidi eso me a metini dwem edijimedi ho chiame edi amede so ene political baby face.
Hello and welcome back. If you're just joining, you're watching A.M Ghana show here on Adoatv, and my name is Anastasia Badu. We're going to have a discussion. As you can see on my face, I have a locally made face mask, and the point we are trying to prove is that in these times you shouldn't take anything lightly. You should have your mask on. We've heard a lot of stories about it not being airborne, and yet there's no need for you to wear it if you do not have it. If someone is not sick or you're not around someone who is sick, you shouldn't wear it. Now, the tables have turned. The education is going on. There's a need for you to know what really is out there that you are oblivious of. In the studio this morning, I have two doctors with me. I have Dr. Elizabeth Banker. She is the project lead medical. She's part of the project lead medical women association of Ghana, and also I have Dr. Edwina Opari Loco. She's also a family physician from the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. So both of them are from the Greater Accra Regional Hospital or Rich Hospital. Now the education we're going to do has to do with how to wear a mask, the need for you to wear it, what you need to know about the type of mask you're going in for, and then what is out there that you do not know. The education so far that maybe you do not know, it's mixed up for you. People are giving you you are reading a lot of journals, you're reading a lot of things on social media. We are going to discuss that. So you should join us on Facebook, on Adoatv Ghana, and also you can get interactive with us or send in your questions on our Facebook or on our WhatsApp number 0509257753. You're welcome, doctors.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
We're good.
It's good to have you in the studio.
Thank you.
Before we came on set, I've learned a lot of things, and I'm grateful.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but we are in an era where COVID-19 has posed a lot of threats, and then it's not making us go on with our normal lives anymore. Now, people are worried because they do not know when it's ending. Even some health professionals cannot really tell if it's going to end soon, or if it's ending tomorrow, it's ending next month. And looking at the way we are addressed by the president, everything or in anything that he says, it has to do with 3 months, 2 weeks, extra 2 weeks. So it's like we are giving it some space, thinking that by this span, we should be able to have gotten out of this disease. What really is there that we do not know about COVID-19?
Well, what we know about COVID-19 is that we are learning every day since the information about COVID-19 being an epidemic started spreading from the end of December up until now. We are learning every day, so it's education in progress. We are still doing some studies. What we do know is that it infects the respiratory tract. Okay, you can catch the infection from respiratory droplets that are emanated when someone coughs. Or right now, we also know that people who don't have symptoms who are walking around, and it seems as though they can still shed the virus as they're talking. Okay. We also know that when the droplets land on surfaces like your tabletop, your door handle, or things like that, you can pick up the virus. They can stay there for several hours. On different surfaces, they last several hours. So you touch it, you touch that, you touch your face, your eyes, your hands, your nose, and you're likely to get the infection. So that's why we say wash your hands liberally for 20 seconds. We know that by doing that, you can break up the viral particles so that it's not infectious anymore. Wash your hands under running water with soap, or use hand sanitizer when your hands are not visibly dirty. We say don't touch your face. It's difficult for some of us. We wear glasses, so we keep on adjusting the glasses, you know. But don't touch your hand, your face, don't touch your eyes, don't touch your mouth, don't touch your nose. Okay. Practice social distancing, because the preliminary research shows that when you cough, the droplets can land on the ground, but some of them spread. So we say stay about 6 feet apart, which is probably about the length of a cover cloth if you open it out lengthwise or something. So stay there and I'll stay here. So physical distance as much as possible. Okay, but the virus also needs a human being or a vector to move. So we said, then we talk about the lockdown. Stay in one place. Don't move around. That way, if somebody is asymptomatic and they are shedding the virus, you who hasn't gotten into contact with anyone, you are safe. Then we can also be picking up people who have been exposed to the virus, because now we've gotten one person who's exhibiting symptoms. We know you. We are now going to find out the people you know that you've been in contact with, that we need to test, because you know these people, you've been hanging around with them. So we'll find those people. The other person is staying at home. Since he's always at home. So he's safe. At least we believe that he's safe. But there are the people who are in between, between the person who is exhibiting the symptoms and the person who's his contacts. You've been in the crowds with, you went to the market, you sat in the trotro. Those people, we don't know them. We don't know them. We don't know them. They don't even know that they sat beside you. So if we don't lock down, all these people will be moving around.
And spreading. And
they may be spreading the disease. So that's the import of the lockdown. So we need to stay down. The president announced the travel ban because we realized that people who are coming in may have picked up the virus in their travels. Maybe not whilst they were there, but in their travels, in the course of the travel. You don't know who you were in the plane with or in the airport with. So he did that. Then we did the mandatory quarantine. We closed the borders. So now we are picking people up. We are doing contact tracing and things. So that is helping.
But as doctors, do you think all these measures we've put in place in order to see how we're going to minimize the spread is really what we need? It's standard for us. It's on point. These measures are on point.
Yes. The good and bad thing is that, okay, the COVID-19 didn't start with us. It started elsewhere. And since it's a new virus, there has been so much research, ongoing research right now. So now we have the benefit of, for the people who've had it already, we can learn from them, you know, because there's always, scientists very busy all around the clock trying to find out what kind of virus is this, how is it transmitted, what kinds of treatments. And we also have the benefit of looking at the various countries and seeing what they did that has been successful for them. You know, when you listen to, the international news, you hear places that have so many infections, overnight. But then you have other places too, which have had a slower incidence, a slower progression of the disease. So that is where we come in as doctors, lady doctors. So our organization is the Medical Women's Association of Ghana. And we are part of the Lady Doctors of Ghana. Okay. And we've been in existence for over 15 years. So what we do is that really we are an advocacy group as far as health is concerned. We do different things such as cervical cancer awareness, breast cancer awareness, and then we have different medical screening projects. So when COVID-19 came, and we're all doctors, we work in the hospital, when COVID-19 came, we decided, okay, we're going to have this project called Project Hope. Okay. And under the project, we have 4 sub-projects. So we have one that is looking at PPEs, this is personal protective equipment. We have one that is for media education.
Okay.
And then we have one that is for feed the needy. We know about the lockdown. We know about economic hardship. So there's a sub project under Project Hope that gives that we feed the needy basically. I'll talk a little bit about that. And then we have the fourth one, which is the Mask Out COVID campaign. That's why we are here.
Okay.
So today marks the day that we launch it, and is the launch of a 21-day campaign. And what we want to do is that we want every Ghanaian to be in mask at the end of the 21 days. So we are taking 21 days to educate, to encourage, to teach, to provide. One of our goals as Mask Out COVID-19 is that for MWAG, or Medical Women's Association of Ghana, we want to be able to get about 1 million masks so that we can give out to vulnerable groups who cannot afford it. So that is why we are here.
But we will have to get some education on the mask that we're using, because we've had a lot of education, we've heard a lot of things concerning the mask. Initially it came that it wasn't airborne, so there was no need wearing the mask at all, even when you're walking around. You only wear it if you feel sick, or you wear it if you know you are coming into contact with someone who has the virus. Now the tables have turned. People are saying, or WHO has said, that we should put on the mask. Some doctors also in China, where it started, this whole thing started from, have also educated or have spoken about we wearing the mask at all times. Which ones are we expected to wear? Which ones are we supposed to go for?
Okay. So as I said before, studies have been done in the other countries who've had this COVID, and they've seen that actually incidence can be reduced to up to 70% if everybody was wearing a mask. At first they said, well, this is not airborne, this is aerosol. As far as we know, it is not airborne, but it's transmitted by aerosols, so basically droplets from an infected person. And so when somebody coughs, when somebody sneezes, when somebody laughs out loud, or when somebody, some people when they talk, yes. And then, or when doctors are doing procedures, that would cause aerosolization of saliva, which may be infected. So then we thought that it's better to have a barrier, some sort of barrier, to prevent you from getting exposed to those droplets. There are different kinds of masks that we can use. We have different samples here. I suppose we could show. All right. So this is the N95 mask.
Okay.
All right. It's called N95 because it can basically sieve out 95% of particles.
Okay.
All right. And we use it against viruses and different things like that. These are not for general use.
Okay.
It is to be used by clinicians, or in a way in an environment where you'll be exposed to a lot of these droplets.
Okay.
So wearing this in the street, wearing this as a lay person, non-clinical person, is actually a misuse of this. All right. The second one that we know of is the surgical mask. This is what is available for a lot. As soon as you say wear a mask, everybody thinks about this.
This one.
Yes, this is a single-use mask that is used in a hospital. Surgeons use it to prevent droplets, or splashes when they are doing their surgeries. It's not necessarily for screening out viruses.
Okay.
But then it offers about 70% protection.
Okay.
So this is the surgery. This is what a lot of people wear around. This is single use. So when somebody wears this and you go home and you take it off, the following day you wear, sometimes you see people wearing it, it's very dirty. It is not working. It's a single use one. Okay.
So immediately you're done, you have to dispose of it?
You have to dispose of it, yes. And one of the things that you also have to realize is that taking the mask off is very important, because if you don't do it well, you end up rather infecting yourself. Because if you hold it like this, for example, you are wearing this, you are breathing all the bacteria over here. So if you may be protected, but if you are taking it off and you don't take it off, you end up contaminating your fingers. So we always say that don't touch this part of your mask. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
All right. So over here we have
Homemade masks.
Our homemade masks. So WAG, or Medical Women's Association of Ghana, we did some research and we thought about, okay, what are some of the positives that we can get? Because we know that everybody knows that PPEs are right now on the news all the time. We don't have enough PPEs. We don't have enough PPEs. And it's very sad to see people in the street wearing the very precious N95s and people in hospitals don't have it. So we want to be able, and these are expensive. So we thought about it and thought, okay, there's research, there's evidence that says that wearing mask is preventive. It helps. It definitely will not, I mean, it helps. It's a barrier that would help, okay? So at least if we got everybody masked, we will be able to get somewhere. So we came up with a design. So this is basically the WAG mask. And it's made of just a regular cotton. When we advocate 100% cotton. Okay. The front and back with a special interface material in the middle. So this is what it looks like. We have different shapes. This is what it looks like. This is one of them. And then this is like the one I'm wearing right now.
It's one.
Is also another one. And this is another one. Okay. This one really it has to fit your face. Okay. But then the one with the pleats, anyone can wear it and then you just mold it to your face. Okay. The special thing is that it has the interface barrier. And the interface barrier is basically, it's very common, we all use it, is basically the lining that is used in clothing. There are 3 grades of lining. There's the soft one, the medium one, and the hard one. So we advocate the use of the medium one mostly. If you can't get it, you can do the soft one. But then we've been able to prove that it's quite effective. It's not the N95, but then it's quite effective. And then you can also wash it, reuse it.
And that's what the lining she's talking about is what we call the stiff. The seamstress called stiff.
Stiff.
Yes. You iron onto the fabric.
Yes, but you know there are these complaints, or even with some of us who have used other types of the mask. There are some that when you put on, you're unable to breathe properly. There are some that you put on, and then as you talk, it keeps moving, and you even wonder if you're safe at all because you're in an environment and you're interacting with people. You're talking, and the thing keeps going up and down. You're unable to adjust it properly, and then by the time you realize you've touched the surface where you're not even supposed to touch. Now, because of air, because you're not getting in much air in the body, you try to adjust it a bit to be able to breathe in a little, and then you continue wearing it. How safe is that at all? How safe is that?
So the idea of the mask, if you've talked about certain important points, that it has to fit well, and it has to be there should be breathability. When you're wearing it, you shouldn't overexert yourself whilst trying to breathe through it. And so these are the things that we considered in designing this mask. We looked at what the literature has said about the different types of cloth that you could use, and what happens with if you have an interface, etc. So that's why we recommend use, if you're making the mask yourself, use cotton, 100% cotton, or cotton, a cotton blend which is high in cotton, and it must be tightly woven. So it's not the loose, we have the lining that they use to line the inner portion of your dress. That is a no-no. It's too loose. But we want something which is as tightly woven as like an African print, or you see, if you look at the inner fabric of the blue one, that it's sort of like a uniform fabric, something like that. Okay, and that's another reason why we said the soft or the medium interface, the stiff, not the hard one. The hard one makes it stiff, really stiff, like a collar, and that makes it difficult to breathe. But the soft one bends, it's flexible, but at the same time it filters. So if you have that as the interface, it makes it better. And then you have another layer of cotton inside. So you've got 3 layers of protection, and as you can see, it's breathable. We are talking with ease. We are not puffing, and it's a little bit lighter than the N95 if you've used it before. It's comparable to the surgical. It's probably a little thicker than the surgical mask. So that is important. But like you said, it must fit well, so that you do not have to be adjusting it all the time when you are going around. If you have to keep adjusting it, then it's not fitting well. Then you need to recheck. If you have needle and thread, if you have these ones, you know how to use needle and thread. This is simple needlework. You tuck in the elastic by a little, by maybe a centimeter or two, and then tighten it.
Okay.
If you have the string, it's even easier, especially for the pleated one, and that's why MWAG is actually promoting the pleated ones, because those fit a variety of faces very easily.
Stretch it to cover your mouth, or gets to your chin, goes above your nose.
Exactly. So you pull it up and then fit it, and then if you have the string, then you can tie it to fit. So that's an advantage of this. If the elastic is too tight, if it's too tight, it's a problem. If it's too loose, it's a problem. You have to make the necessary adjustments. So those are the things that when you're using the N95 and you're using a surgical mask, you must adjust it to fit, so you are not uncomfortable throughout the day.
Okay, so having said that, we are discouraging people from using the N95 and the surgical mask.
Okay.
We know that on a normal basis, we use a lot of it in the hospital. Even so now with the COVID, it's even more.
And that's why people are rushing on it.
Yes.
They know you are protecting yourselves in the hospital, so they have to go for it.
Yes, so but the thing is, we all have to understand that the risk of you catching it, if you are following what we said, social distancing is very important, because when you cough, droplets come. When you have enough space, the droplets will fall down. And then we talk about hand washing. You cannot do without hand washing, because your fingers touch the surfaces, as she said. So, and then you can when you touch your face, you can infect yourself. Maybe you have a mask on and you are fine, and you think you are protected, but then your hands, you don't wash them and you touch it, then you rather get an infection from your hands. So social distancing is very important. Washing your hands, and then washing your hands for 20 seconds. Research has been done to see that if you wash your hands for 10 seconds, it won't do it. 15 seconds, it won't do it. It has to be 20.
It at all.
Yes, it has to be 20 seconds, because we know that when you look at the virus, the covering of the virus, the soap breaks it up and makes it inactive.
Okay.
So you have to have enough contact time with the virus to break it up. And also alcohol-based hand sanitizers also does the same thing. But then the content of the alcohol has to be more than 65%. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So when you get a hand sanitizer, look at the ingredients. Does it say 65% and above? Then yes, we know that this will be effective for you.
But now at this vulnerable stage of Ghanaians, or as human beings in this pandemic, people have thought of producing sanitizer, and because the education is that it has to be more than 65%, there should be alcohol above 65%. Even if it is not up to it, people are trying to inscribe or put these things there for you to see and then just buy, because they also have to make money at the end of the day.
That is the unfortunate thing. You know, when disaster comes, people find different ways of doing things, but that is quite unfortunate. You know, we've had situations where people are using apeteshi. You know, but then it's not that safe, because apeteshi doesn't usually get to the 60%. I suppose it depends on how it's distilled, but it's usually between 40 and 60. So if you are using that apeteshi to wash your hands, thinking that you are safe. And then another thing too, people have decided to drink it, because they think that, okay, if you can kill corona, then let me just drink it so that my blood has the alcohol. No, please.
That's not what
we discourage that, because you end up having liver problems, and that would even kill you faster
than COVID.
Yes, so please. And it actually reduces your immune system, which you need to fight the corona if you do get it. We've heard about it. It's very scary and all of this, but we know that majority of people recover from it. Is your old grandma at home, or your old grandpa, or someone with other premorbid conditions such as, you know, diabetes, hypertension, cancer, different things, whose immunity has gone down. Those are the ones that may have severe disease. But if we all keep our masks on, we keep our social distancing, we wash our hands, we don't touch our faces, then we won't spread it, and our grandmas and grandpas will be fine. So that is what we have.
Yes, and now talking about the Hope, Operation Hope, who are you targeting to give these marks to?
Okay, that's a mask. Okay.
For the needy. The 1 million masks.
The 1 million masks.
Yes.
Okay, so it's for people who cannot afford it. So the vulnerable people, you know, you go to the market, or, you know, street children, you know, people like that. Yes.
These are the people, the kinds of people you are giving these masks
to. For free.
For free.
But anyone else, you can make your own. It's very easy. You can use it as a lockdown family operation. So long as you can get the stiff. You have, all of us have old clothes, old fabrics that you can use. You can get the design and just need a needle, thread, scissors, fabric, and the facing, and maybe an iron. You can actually do that as a project at home if you can get the materials. Otherwise, you can buy them, and if you can afford to buy them, they're going for different prices. We don't as for that one.
Yeah, so we have different seamstresses who
yes,
are
going to come to that. How are you getting your fabrics? Who was doing it for you? The process in which it goes through. Are you making sure that even in the process, there's no contraction or there's no exchange of unwashed or unclean hands into these marks that are being made?
Yes. So first of all, we have certain seamstresses, dressmakers who have expressed interest to work with us.
Okay.
And so people are donating their time, they are donating money, donating fabric to help us to reach our goal. We are ready to work with any seamstress as far as even recommending, because sometimes we get, you know, questions like, or requests that, oh, I want to order some, do you have someone who can do it? If we get seamstresses who can follow our prescription, we'll definitely be recommended for things like that, you know, for different things like. And one of the things, yes, about sterilizing and all of that. So we are in the process of getting a means of sterilizing in bulk. Okay, but then for us individually, we know that soap and warm water does it.
And warm water.
Yes, soap and warm water. We have to be careful, because sometimes when you say warm water, somebody might end up with hot water and scald themselves.
Yes.
So we say soap and warm water, and that has to do with even we'll talk about how you even take care of your masks. Okay, so I can just demonstrate. I'll just put this on,
sure,
and then I'll demonstrate to you how it's supposed to be taken off.
Okay,
I'm just putting another one on. So I have the mask this way, and when I'm at the end of the day, I have my soapy water, warm soapy water ready.
So you should have the water ready
with
the soap.
Yes,
okay,
ready. So when I come at the end of the day, I just hold it this way and I drop it.
Okay.
I don't touch any of this.
Even in the water?
Well, once it goes in the water, it soaks for a while, it will kill it.
Okay.
Because it's hot, soapy water.
Okay.
All right.
Hot,
then
soapy
warm,
water.
yes. Warm soapy water.
You should be able to
warm soapy water. So you put it in there, it soaks for a little bit, then you wash it. And then you hang it out in the sun. After that, you iron it before you wear it. Okay. It's very important. They don't do very well with heat. Yes, so you put it out in the sun. The sun is very good for us. That's one of the blessings we have in this part of the world. So you dry it in the sun, and then you take it and you iron it with a hot iron, and then you put it back
After all that, you still iron?
Yes, please. For good measure.
For good measure. And also, I'm sure it will be crumpled because you wash it. You don't just leave it in.
Okay, so you have to.
Yes, you wash it.
After you soak it, you soak it for a while. Say, let it soak for about 10 minutes. Then you wash it like you wash regular things.
Okay. Yes.
And then rinse it, hang it out to dry in like at least 5 hours in sunlight, and then iron it. So we recommend also that you should have more than one. If you can get like 2, so you can alternate.
Because for some of us who work, we come to work very early in the morning and leave in the evening. We are not being exposed to the sun. You get home, and then how do you even wash it?
So get one for each day of the week.
And you can
my Monday one, my Tuesday one.
That's what will help. That is what will help. Or you have, let's say, about 4. You put one on. You make sure when you come back, you soak, you wash. You leave it on the sun to dry for 5 hours. You come back, there's someone at home to get it off for you. You're able to go through the other processes as well, and then maybe you be at a safer place. I've been speaking to you and I keep adjusting this.
Yes, I was about to say this is an example of what you shouldn't do.
No.
So you definitely need to mask.
In this case, I do not want to speak also without the mask on the appropriate places or on where it's supposed to be. Of course, it's supposed to cover up your nose and then also come down to your chin or where it's supposed to
just make sure that your nose and your mouth are covered and there isn't any leakage around.
Space, okay.
And the unfortunate thing is that you go to town and you see people, they put the mask over here and then they walk around. After a while you put it because you can't breathe. As we have said, N95s, you can't breathe very well in them. They are not supposed to be used out in the community. It is for healthcare workers who drip with the PPEs. You know, they wear that. So you don't get any benefit by having this. Please, I hope everyone hears. You don't have any benefit if you're not in a hospital and you're using this. Because you wear it a little bit for a while and then you feel suffocated. Then you remove it. Then you're breathing the air right back in there. And the COVID doesn't decide that, okay, you wear it for 15 seconds, so yeah, I can't touch you. No. So that is why we are coming up with this. You can wear it all day. It fits nicely. Very soon we just get used to having something in your face for your protection. You can wash it. It's cheap. It's, you know, available. The things that we use are not imported. These are local things that we use. So we are really advocating that everyone should wear a mask. And we know that the numbers are climbing. We are now
as at yesterday 287,
almost 300, and they are still doing contact tracing, as she said. And anybody can have it. Somebody may have it mild, somebody may have it moderate, somebody may have it severe.
Somebody doesn't know they have it.
Or somebody will walk around and doesn't know they have it, but they are spreading it. You know?
Yes, but speaking about that, you having it and not knowing you have it. What's the difference with that? Because sometimes you might be fit. Of course, you'll be looking out. Maybe the person might also be looking out for the signs. You have to sneeze. You be coughing, sore throat, running nose.
So let me talk about that. You know, there are people. You know, the people we did the mandatory quarantine for the travelers. A lot of the people who were tested positive did not have any symptoms at all. And you don't have to have all the symptoms either. One of the major symptoms people have when they are feeling fine is lack of smell. They lose their sense of smell. Losing your sense of smell, if that has happened to you, please report for testing. Okay? The cough does not have to be a persistent cough. It can be a very occasional cough. You may have an itchy throat. It doesn't have to be a sore throat. It can be a discomfort. It can be an itchy sensation in your throat. You may have weakness, tiredness, fatigue. You know, and they don't have to all come together. And a few people have diarrhea.
Wow.
So that's another thing that you have to
so I'm sure that the point is that immediately you start feeling different from your usual self.
Suspect that right now anybody can have it. We've all been in contact with people. We don't know who we've been in contact with. So it's better to have that high index of suspicion and deal accordingly. And so that's why we're saying, you know, let's wear the masks. I don't know what you have. You don't know what I have. If I have to go out in the public, let me wear a mask. You wear a mask. That way, we reduce the risk of you transmitting it to me as much as possible. Okay. And for those who are a little concerned about what's the safety of our masks, Dr. Sylvia Degano, she's one of the pioneers of this design. Okay. She actually has sent this design, and Betty, maybe you can show them her masks. So she came up with the idea that if you use the soft interfacing, it helps. She sent them to the FDA for review, so they're undergoing testing. So that, but we have even the CDC, the American Center for Disease Control, in its instructions has talked about the different types of masks that you can use.
And if there's some charts going around and telling you how much or the percentage it's able to, which each mask
protection,
is supposed to take. There are some for just dust, there are some for clinical purposes, and there are some for viruses as well.
And they also give the same instructions that we are giving, that you can make 2 layers of cloth with a filter in between. They even recommend, I saw one recommendation that you can put a coffee filter in there. Something that would, so you have 3 layers of protection, sort of. So these things are safe. At least they may not reduce the amount, they sort of reduce the amount of virus that will come out. And you also are wearing it, so it sort of reduces amount. It reduces risk if everyone wears a mask.
Dr. Loko, just as you've mentioned, we have a picture, we have a chart showing the mode of transmission from an infected person to one who is not guarded with a nose mask or a face mask, and then one who has it on. So you're going to see in the chart on your TV screens the level at which you're inhaling stuff from someone you don't know is infected or not. So we have it on the screen now.
Okay, good.
Maybe we can go through it on our phone, and then we can take it one by one and then explain what it is, because like you said, you might not know who you've come into contact with, you don't know who has it, you don't know who does not even have it, and who you're talking to, or the surfaces you're even touching in the first place.
So in the first picture, the topmost picture, you see 2 individuals with a cloud of red things in between them. So you realize the first person has, so the one on the left, to your left, would be the one who has the infection and is emitting the virus, okay? And then the other person doesn't have the infection. So you see the amount of virus that is being emanated by the person in the first 2, the first one and the second one, you realize it's still high. The risk of transmitting to somebody else is very high when you are both not wearing a mask. It's high when the other person is wearing a mask, but the infected person is not wearing a mask. Now, if the infected person is wearing a mask, see how the mask, the cloud sort of like reduces significantly, okay? It's still there. You're still emitting virus, okay? But the risk has gone to, the risk of contagion, of you touching it or something, is medium now. Now, if both of you are wearing masks, then it's a lower risk for the other individual. So we are saying, definitely, if you suspect you may have it, wear a mask. If you know, if you are going out in public and you don't have it, you have no symptoms, you just wear a mask. You protect me, I protect you, and that way we reduce the risk of transmission. It may still happen, but it's further reduced than from the beginning.
So you can tell from the bottom part where it says the probability of contagion being low. So the person who is infected has a mask on, the person who is not infected has a mask on, and then you add social distancing. And then we are all
and washing hands.
Washing hands and social distancing.
And staying home. Should we move further?
I really want to move further. I really want to move further. Well, this is where we find ourselves, and it is real, like we are all saying, like our health professionals have said in the newspapers today. They are putting their lives out there for us. We should stay at home. Let's stay at home. If you have no business in town, why are you even coming home? Well, the numbers may be increasing, and what we are hearing is positive from what is going on so far and how we are trying to minimize the spread. But that shouldn't mean you should go out. That should mean you should be reckless and think that, okay, we are fighting it positively than other countries are doing, and so there's a need for you to go out. Now, when we get to some of the police barriers or the security barriers that have been manned on our streets, if you have no business, you'll be asked to go home. And trust me, if you're found culpable, or if you're found coming out and not doing anything at all, you'll be dealt with. That one, it has been said. But our health professionals are begging. They are saying that let's stay at home. You do not know who you are coming into contact with. Let's just stay at home. There's a need for you to put on your face mask and make sure you're going in for the right ones. Have the ones that you can breathe properly. Have the ones that you can use and use over again, but make sure you're taking good care of them. Like they said rightfully, you should have a warm water. Soapy warm water. You should have that. Immediately you're taking it off, make sure you're taking it off the right way. Do not touch your face. Exactly, do not touch this part of the face mask. If you're taking it off, you should take it off from your ears. Take the strings off your ears and then drop it in the warm water. The soapy warm water. It should be ready in front of you before you even take it off. Make sure you soak it in for some time. You wash, dry it under the sun for about 5 hours. And even when you take it off the sun, press on it. Add heat. They said that it cannot survive with heat. The only thing that the barrier that is between you and then the virus and then your face mask has to do with heat. If you go through all these processes, make sure you press on it. press on it before you use it, and make sure you do not touch your face. Do not touch any part of your face. Those with spectacles, make sure you're doing it the right way. You didn't speak on that because I can see both of you are in spectacles. So how do you do with that one? So you're not supposed to touch your face. Maybe you're taking it off and then you touch.
So if by chance you touch, use a hand sanitizer, wash your hands. And one of the things I wanted to mention is that people say, oh, I don't have hand sanitizer. Please, washing your hands with soap and running water is more superior to hand sanitizer. You use hand sanitizer when you don't have access to water and running water and soap. Yes, so let's say you go on a public transportation, you're on trotro, the mate gives you money, you use your hand sanitizer. You touch the door, you use hand sanitizer. You touch the doorknob when you go somewhere, you touch the railing on the stairs, you use hand sanitizer. I've touched these tables, I'll use the surface, I'll use hand sanitizer.
So let me give her hand sanitizer, she just touched it.
Yes.
And then you can demonstrate how to.
Okay, so she gave me hand sanitizer. This is how to do it. I use my fingertips. I go in here, sanitize. I pour it in here, this way, before I start.
Make sure you touch every part of the hand.
Every part of
the thumbs. And the cupping.
So it means you should have enough.
And then the cupping.
Yes. So you should have enough. Don't just,
It's not as cool.
Some people think that it's just supposed to flavor your hands. No. So when you they just squirt. No. You're supposed to have about a teaspoon of it to be able to do it effectively.
To do it well.
Yes. It's not just for flavor. So you just put it in. Please, no, your hands are not sanitized. They are not sanitized.
So washing your hands, you've heard, washing your hands with soap and running water for 20 seconds is best. Yes. And if you have the sanitizers, it's a plus for you because you've washed your hands very well, you apply the sanitizers, and then you know you are safe. But that doesn't mean you should still touch your face. Because some people think that, okay, if I've washed it and I've sanitized my hand, then it is okay for me to touch my face because I've killed anything on my hands.
What if it's just lying on some other part
of your face?
Yes. So you don't do that.
And so if for me, for instance, I end up touching my face, unfortunately, I always have to adjust my glasses. So I think these new glasses are better, so it's not as bad. But my nose tends to itch. So I have to consciously remember, you can't touch your nose at this point in time. If I do, I hand sanitize. As soon as I finish, I have to wash my hands. But preferably don't. So right now I'm disciplining myself very hard. Avoid touching your face as much as possible, but take all preventive measures. So we are appealing that we should conserve the medical grade surgical masks and face masks for the doctors and the nurses and the lab technicians and the janitors and things who need them in the hospitals when we have to engage in patients who are suspects, etc., for us, so that we can get them. If you realize worldwide there's a bidding war for PPEs in Europe and North America. They are getting, China is sending, but people are diverting things. When will we get ours?
Ours is in.
Ours is in, but how long will it last? Because you see that we use the masks every day. Several masks every day.
And it will get to a point where you'll be calling in for some of these things.
And even in the US,
have gone for it.
Yes, even in the US, they are reusing N95. Some people are not getting PPEs.
No, when you get to the market, people have used theirs very dirty, looking very black, and then they tell you, you're saying shit. Without even washing them. But sometimes you realize that they are these disposable ones that right after wearing you have to dispose of.
So these ones will help us all.
So yes, so let's wear it. Please, Ghana, I'm appealing to everyone. We have started, and I know the government also supports us. Let's all wear a mask. These are easily affordable, easily available. When you wear it, it makes you feel that you are protecting yourself and you are protecting other people too. Psychologically, it's helpful. So, and it also helps to reduce stigma for those who've had the COVID. So please, let's wear it. It's reusable, it's available, it's cheap, and it will protect us all.
Before we end it all, I want to know where you start from in sharing these masks. Which groups or which areas are your target areas?
We haven't started yet because we are now putting it together. We are getting it in bed. But then we have 21-day campaign, so we are rolling it out. But you
are
get
these
to know.
our market women part of the campaign? Are you factoring them in? Are you giving them the education as well? The carriers we have in these stations, and all, are you also factoring them in?
Yes, definitely. Definitely, we are factoring them all
okay.
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Dr. Loko,
I wanted to say that for sponsorship, if you want to help us raise the 1 million masks, the number to call is 059-374-8600. So that's 059-374-8600. We are looking for sponsorship for sewing the masks. I want 1 million pieces, about 3 CDs. Education and sensitization via social media campaigns, posters, handbills, media support as we're going to the radio and TV stations, donations of distribution bins and distribution points, cotton fabric. We need the interfacing as well. And we're looking for volunteers for sewing. So we contacted the Dressmakers and Tailors Association. They are helping us. But donations in kind or cash and assistance in fundraising. So if you have any, if you are willing to help us in this venture, please call 059-374-8600.
I'm sure if it gets to Ridge Hospital and ask
of us,
maybe they be would they be
well,
able to
we are actually here in the name of
them.
Medical Women's Association of Ghana, which consists of many doctors from other places,
female medical students as well.
Yes, so we happen to be at Ridge Hospital, yes, but then there are doctors from Kolebu, Kumasi, all the regions in Ghana. Yes, so
all right, thank you very much, Dr. Edwin Opariloko, a family physician from Greater Accra Regional Hospital, and also Dr. Elizabeth Banker, a project lead for Medical Women Association of Ghana. We just spoke about the 1 million face masks for all, right? Yes, and they're giving it to those who are vulnerable in our communities. In these times that we are seeing that the ministries are sharing food, are giving food to those who do not have it or those who need it, they are also saying that, or the women, the Medical Women Association of Ghana also saying that they are going out there to educate people, a 21-day tour, to educate people, to give them that education they need, and also let them know what is out there, and also give out these face masks to them. These are reusable ones, and I pray and I hope that as you've watched, you've learned, and you make sure you take a bold step. We're going to get it and go through all the measures that have been given. You can use it and use it if you take good care of it. These ones we get on the market are disposable ones. We shouldn't think that we are using it and then when you're done you're going to wash it and then you wear it again. There are some processes that go on in making these ones, and trust me, when you put on these ones you can breathe perfectly. There will be no need for you to take it off and speak to someone and put it back again, or take it off and breathe well and then put it back again. It will even make you think that you are unable to breathe properly and you start thinking about COVID-19. So you should get the right ones. Thank you very much, doctors.
It's beautiful.
I'm grateful to have you in the studio. Thanks so much for the education, and I'll do well to visit today. All right, and if you just watched, we're done with the interview on health and on COVID-19. This is where we find ourselves as Ghanaians. This is where we find ourselves as individuals, as human beings, and globally we are all fighting this pandemic. We are praying to God that, as much as we put in these preventive measures and do all that we are expected to do health-wise, we'll also pray to God that He will take us through safely, and then we'll get out of this at the end of it. My name is Anastasia Badu, and we have more for you on AM Ghana after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Ago, good people of Ghana. Here are some safety measures on prevention of coronavirus. 1. Cover your mouth with tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of tissue into a bin immediately you cough into it, and wash your hands with soap and the running water. Avoid shaking hands. and use sanitizers as often as you can. Signs and symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, sneezing, and difficulty in breathing. Should you experience any of these, or for more inquiries, please contact 0558 439 868. That's 0558 439 868, or call 0509 497 700. That's 0509 497 700.
Remember to always wash your hands with soap and running water.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Numun supan na wanya pomuden. Se wo ba numun su a, hwe hu ni se eye mega purified mineral water. Eye nsu a yetu ni baby pa. Asaso ni su se kroje. Se wonya mega purified mineral water bogu ubu a, wo see you manumun supa. Mega mineral water de edanso. Esan say the modern technology so na ye. Ede na nkabia ni atri. Mega purified mineral water. Bacteria na mhenu aberem. Eye very hygienic. Obiye di one dance here. Mega mineral water neatly packaged for 500 ml bottles mu. Na wani boswa na wo donsio. Wo benya mega purified mineral water to baby a. To phone call Dodowa Amount Frotipa Junction. Ana fre 050 7055 409 ana 055 392 1088. Mega purified mineral water. Akona kono.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African print and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Borges extra virgin olive oil, best for salad dressing. A little of Borges classic olive oil will make delicious meals. Borges with garlic, excellent for your girls. Make your meals healthy with Borges.
I maintain a healthy life with Borges olive oil.
Borges olive oil, the very best always.
John, Wufini new. Wow, Eddie, what boy Juma. I check Rufina, or you fell one casa from Asatek. Oh, Nansam, roofing is a baby bray, nice keke. Why the catcher? Asatek roofing sheet dear, and your nice keke, with the bodan swa a chee and renache. They want to call us a hood of a fair bray. No one free roofing sheet, no dear. Who hear that will be out? Now, so the bodan swa, a zero supampe. What means which rum and send your open roofing sheet? We try the salmon pepe. Mama poor Asatek when you're there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers nso a your on-site installation ne bo so kra da fam pa. Oh yes, quality ne bo da feminine. Asatek 5 days pay na won can order na wo ye after sales service proper bin so hwehwe Asatek Watema Community 2 Meridian Road Ebenkoko Board Warehouse Western Region. So Asatek Takrade Anaji ye ne Princeland Hotel and di hwene mu and Volta Region ye wo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
And that's when you sign. Now, Jackson mixture more in the soup.
Da bread malaria near would you be prepared? Ah, hey, Jackson mixture near ocean one what you are. No, I'm young red. Wapas, chicken one. Jackson mixture, Jackson mixture, Jackson.
Malaria and quadia, no me yakse mixer. Now, bet yes, king.
They won't any more about food, about my flower, about flower when you feel me and no murdering. Jackson have
rice, maize, tin tomato, oil, eggs to the faith-based churches. Why the churches? This money is government initiative, government budget, not a political budget. So the sharing of does not have any political color. Any vulnerable person qualifies. And so we have caterers who are cooking every corner of this country where we have selected. The caterer cooks minimum 500. And then we have coordinators who go around to check and make sure that the food they have cooked is 500. Then NADMO monitors the sharing of the food. Because of social distancing, we don't want a large number. So even when we 500, it is not one person who goes out to distribute. It's splitted so that a lot of people not cluster around where the food is. We are doing the hospitals, we are doing the polyclinics, we are doing the mental home, we are doing for those on the street. Apart from those who are allotted where to send the food, we have people who take the food in a van round town so that when we see any mentally derailed person, we give that person food. What we are going to do from today is also that the kenke seller at Choco or Boom will be asked to cook 500 bowls of kenke in her area. We give her 500 tins of sardine or mackerel so that she can feed those around the vicinity because they know the best. But we have somebody in NADMO would monitor, make sure that 500 is shared and that nobody comes for double or she does not serve 300 and tell us that she's serving 500. We want to do such that everybody will have something to eat. Now the ministry has been turned into a kitchen, which I'm also very appreciative because they realize that their mother is there. So as I speak to you, come there are a lot of people. We give them food to eat. We go around and make sure that everybody has something to eat. This morning I had a call that government is doing nothing, that the churches are sending food. It is government that has been the churches food to send around. That money is not for president, it is for government. That is how he's serving it this way. We don't want it to have any political color. It is a national issue. Where you think food is coming to, as a media, we are putting a hotline number, 0800 800 800 0800 800 800. When you call that number, you let us know where people have clustered that there's no food or area where food had not got into. I believe that the first 2 days will not have 100%, but at least we want everybody to get food. Yesterday, there was excess food. They brought it back to the ministry. But I believe the other people who did not have anything to eat because maybe we did not capture them. So by this medium, we are saying that if you know anywhere that food did not get to, let us know. Apart from that, we are trying to see our budget. If the food is enough, because corporate bodies are cooking for us, individual cooking, which we appreciate. If we have an excess, we start doing breakfast. Like the cocoa seller at point A can sell cocoa, point B can serve cocoa, point C, so that they can also get money into their pockets. So that is how the distribution is going. Our concentration, I'm talking about the Kaye because that has become the topic of the day. Yesterday, Sunday, we started talking to the Kaye sleeping on the streets that we are getting a place for them to stay because we don't want them to be on the street, for them to go out hawking. We got a place at Medina. It is a home, somebody gave it to us, a private person. But because we were not using the place for some time, they had a few challenges. We were working on it. Because I believe that growing up, my mother moved to North Kaneshie. We lived in a house, Dansoman building, with no wall. Whilst we were there doing the plastering, when circumstances happen like that, we look for a place, a comfortable place. That house that they took them to was a walled place. Only that they had not finished, they were doing certain fixtures. Yesterday evening, I had a call that the carrier said they want to be out because on the streets, they can move around and have their own private life. And so in the evening, Ayalolo, 5 military buses took them to the shelter. There were 381. It's a 400-seater. So we knew that we could accommodate them and bring more. Yesterday evening, they moved out and they said they were going to stay there because they thought we were going to give them money. That is why they sat the bus and came there. We are not giving anybody money. We cannot share money. We can share food. Carriers are no exception. The shoe shine boy who came from Techiman, the woman who came from Dunka to come and look for greener pasture here who is locked out is also very important like the carrier. So we are giving the vulnerable people. The concentration is not only on the carrier. And so no money is going anywhere. I want that to be clear. Because the media is saying the government promised to give them money. When I did my first bill, I said we're considering certain things. So I didn't mention any amount of money. No money is going out. We are giving food. We are also giving yam and foodstuff to home. Mothers with children who would love to cook their own meal than to get the cooked meal. We are also giving them yam, rice, beans, gari, oil, potato, eggs and all that so that they can cook at home. So this is where we have got into, and I believe that by the close of today and tomorrow, we'll get exactly what we wanted to do. Thank you so much.
Honorable Minister, thank you. So we'll take your questions at this point in time. If there are questions, please come to the podium so that we can take them and wrap up. We'll take 2 at a time so that we can have the social distancing. Yes, sir. Yes, you can ask a health-related question as well.
But from TV Africa. Now, Minister Nakasan, Health Minister Nakasano. Now, okay, be fast any. You know, be able to offer Yari, you bet me a no. A bunch of share what they are talking for health sector, no nurses, no doctors, and send them to bet me a I think in Central also, you are born Minister, Gender Minister, no, or Kaka issue. I know I may call circle. Kohun boys in the another, almost complaining for Adriani or Mubidi, we know almost say, and I pay me far a traffic road because who said Kaya is no. Still, I'm going to go to Juma. Maybe Sase, Kai for no year Jumano. Still, now I show because I want to go on Dawson. Into yeah, we be on Mugua, Omunya Jumana, and I say, also no condom at the Obazo and I buy no so as a bono.
Thank you. Yes, sir. There were some other questions. Please step forward if you have a question. Come this way. Yes, sir. So, yeah, so the other two come. Yes,
all right. Benjamin Akako is my name. I work with Class 91.3 FM. I have 4 very quick questions. The first one has to do with the number of cases we're seeing. They keep increasing. What are the projections when you speak to the researchers, the scientists? What exactly are they telling us? When are we looking forward to some sort of plateau so that the numbers can decline? At least in other jurisdictions, we see that there are some projections. Are there any projections for Ghana? That's question number 1. Number 2 has to do with those $12 million odd that have been, set aside for rent for these isolation centers. How exactly did we arrive at this amount? Is that amount going to increase at any point? That's my second question. Today happens to be World Health Day.
$12 million for what?
So the isolation, for isolation basically.
Yes.
So rent. But what we've been told, we are...
Isolation centers is not rent.
Okay, so basically whatever the quarantine process all the quarantining and the isolation, the figure that I have got is that we're spending some $12 million. How did we come?
Where's this figure from?
Okay, so I got it from a source. I'm not mentioning.
I can't interrogate. Okay, so you go ahead. Go ahead.
You might as well then maybe let us know how much exactly we're spending.
That's a different question.
Fine.
That's
so
how
much exactly are we spending? How did we come by?
The question is, how much are we spending on what?
On those who are being quarantined, for example.
On quarantine facilities.
Exactly.
Okay.
Isolation. How are we catering for that? How much is involved? Today happens to be World Health Day. As we celebrate our nurses, midwives, doctors, other healthcare professionals, we also know that I heard the Honorable Health Minister speaking earlier about how some of them are cramped, even attempting to get to work in buses and all of that. How are we protecting them? In recent times, we heard the doctors, the healthcare professionals at Kolebu complain, threatening that they would even not work. So how much more can we do, to cater for them? In terms of the PPEs, that's what I'm referring to.
Okay, so your question is, what more we do to ensure that everybody gets a PPE?
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
right.
And finally, to the Honorable Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection. Yesterday, my team went around Circle, the VIP area, and you were just talking of an overflow of food, that there was excess food. Those, from what we noticed, some of them did not get food. Over the weekend, I went around the Osu area, Dankwa, moving to other places. There were people there, some of them mentally ill, others without food. So I think you should take stock of these and maybe make provisions for areas. Thank you.
Okay, so this one is a suggestion that the food distribution should be equitable.
It should be equitable.
So that it's not excess.
That some
if I may, your point is that it should be equitable, so that there's not excess somewhere when people don't have some. Minister, I think that's a suggestion, so we can take. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For that one. And then the health team, please take note of that question. What more can be done to ensure that everybody gets a PPE? There's a question that I would take. How much are we spending on the quarantine? And then you ask about isolation. I'll explain the difference between the two. Yes, sir.
My name is Mark Byron. I work with UTV. For me, I want to find out, in all this vulnerable...
UTV?
Yes, helping. All right, let me speak to you. And persons will living with disability. Saying a was a bit more furniture, it's almost a name.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the sports edition of AM Ghana. It's called AM Sports right on Adoatv. My name is Samuel Kusiapia, and quickly into the updates for this morning. An executive council member of the Ghana Football Association has said that a decision on the resumption of the Ghana Premier League will be made after consultations with the government. The Ghana Premier League and all sporting activities in the country have been suspended indefinitely following a ban on all forms of social gathering by the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Uncertainty about the return of the league remains, as the government has so far not been able to announce a date for lifting of the ban. Frederick Champon, who is the CEO of Ashanti Gold, says the FA are not in a haste to announce a return of the Ghana Premier League. He added that the FA is in constant engagement with the country's health officials, and when they are given the clearance to resume the league, the clubs will be duly informed. This is coming from an ESCO member who is also the CEO of Ashanti Gold, saying that the league will not, or will only resume after consultations with the government. Okay, so moving on from there, all sporting facilities to undergo fumigation, and that is coming from the National Sports Authority. All state-owned sporting facilities are undergoing fumigation as part of the measures to control the spread of the COVID-19. The exercise, which is being supervised by the National Sports Authority, will see all national stadiums and other sporting facilities being sanitized. The Accra Sports Stadium was fumigated on March 29, while that of the Cape Coast was also done on April 6. According to the National Sports Authority, similar exercises will be conducted at the Tamale, Esipon, Kumasi and Sunyani stadiums, which within this week. The NSA says it is working with the MMDAs and RCCs to ensure that no state-owned sports edifice is left out. While encouraging its workers to work from home, the NSA says it has put in place measures for the returning and running of the essential services. All sporting activities in the country are currently suspended due to the outbreak of the virus. And some clubs are using this period, they are making the most out of this period by making arrangements to beef up their squad. And House of Folk is also in the news for the same reason. And Cranston Warriors striker Isaac Mensah has sealed a move to Ghana Premier League side Accra Hearts of Oak. However, the striker has been loaned back to Cranston Warriors for the rest of the 2019-2020 season in order to continue getting regular first team and remain on the positive upward. Confirming Isaac Mensah's move to House of Folk, PRO for Cranston Warriors Habib Mohammed said, for the past 1 week, Coach Edward Ni Odum and the management of Hearts discussed with us a possible addition to his squad in the attacking department, preferably a young chap that can understudy the current strikers and take over when they depart. So they brought a transfer request and asked for the availability of Isaac Mensah, which the player showed interest. We met with the officials to complete the deal last Friday. And moving on, FIFA to allow the summer transfer window to be moved and has commended player contracts to be extended until the season ends. Tuesday's announcement was made following consultation with FIFA's Football Stakeholders Committee and the representatives of clubs, players, leagues, national associations and confederations. FIFA has also encouraged clubs and players to find payment solutions while football is on hold, but has said it will arbitrate when a solution cannot be found. When it comes to the transfer window, FIFA announced its intention to be flexible and allow the relevant windows to be moved so they fall between the end of the season, the end of the old season and the start of the new season. And the Premier League Chief Executive Richard Masters has warned the league faces losing at least £1 billion if the season is not completed. In a letter in reply to MP and DCMS Chair Julian Knight, who had called for a windfall tax on clubs that cut the pay of non-playing staff without reducing that of players, Masters said clubs could go out of business if such a levy was imposed. You will appreciate, like much of the productive economy in the UK, we are losing revenue at an unprecedented level, Masters wrote. We face a £1 billion loss at least if we fail to complete season 2019-2020 and further losses going forward if the seriousness of the pandemic deepens and extends into the future. And some good news here, as Ronaldinho has been released from prison in Paraguay and placed under house arrest following his fake passport scandal. The Brazil legend 40 was thrown behind bars for allegedly trying to enter the South American nation with forged documents, but he has now been allowed to leave prison on the condition he stays within the boundaries of a hotel. Ronaldinho will be placed under house arrest at the Hotel Palmaroga in Paraguayan capital city Asuncion. The former Barcelona star, along with his brother, was released from prison after just 32 days of what was meant to be a 6-month sentence. And the Canadian GP has become the 9th 2020 Formula 1 race to be called off, with the season now delayed until late June at the earliest. The Montreal event, which was scheduled to take place on June 14, has been postponed due to the coronavirus crisis, with no new date confirmed. The promoters of the Grand Prix said the decision had not been taken lightly or easily, but that they are following the experts' guidance provided by the authorities. We have been working closely with our friends at the Canadian Grand Prix over the past few weeks and support them in taking the necessary decision to ensure the safety of fans and the F1 community, said the Formula 1 chairman Chase Carey. Alright, that's it for AM Sports and that's it for AM Ghana. My name is Samuel Kusiapia. Stay safe, stay well. Please, let's continue to observe all the precautionary measures. Let's inspect our children. Let's inspect our homes very well. Let us clean. Let us sanitize everywhere that needs to be sanitized. Let us disinfect wherever needs to be disinfected, and let us stay safe. Please stay home if you have nothing to do. You can also contact, the radio stations are working, TV stations are working. If you need to get food and anything, don't come out. You can contact anybody, they can help you and make arrangements for you. Continue to sanitize your hands, wash your hands under running water with soap for at least 20 seconds in some time intervals. And also, let's look out for our brothers and sisters. If you have the means to help other people, try and help them. My name is Samuel Kusiapia. Thanks for joining us throughout the entire period. Bye-bye.
And so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Numun super na wanya pomuden se wo ba numun so a hwe hu ni se eye mega purified mineral water eye nso a yeto ni baby pa asaso ni so se kroje se wonya mega purified mineral water bogu ubu a wo see you manumun super mega mineral water de edanso esan say the modern technology so na aye
Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
I thank God for another opportunity to address you, the beloved one of the church. As we are aware, we are still in the era of coronavirus. Just to remind you of what it is, as we all know, it's an infectious disease caused by a new virus. The disease causes respiratory illness like the flu,